For decades, fire protection in Johnston County was built on a simple idea: neighbors helping neighbors. Volunteer fire departments became the backbone of emergency response, serving their communities with dedication, pride, and whatever resources they could gather.
We had less income, and everything we had, we kind of had to start with fundraisers and build it up to a truck at the time, a bay at the time.
In many rural communities, fire departments were created because help was simply too far away.
We were formed in '61 because of the distance from any fire protection. Our closest fire protection would have been Four Oaks, which would have been 8 miles from here.
Back then, the system worked because the community itself was the response force.
We had a full roster, and the good thing about that was, as rural as we were, 95% of them were farmers. They were in the area 24/7.
However, like many other communities in North Carolina, Johnston County changed. Communities grew, call volumes increased, equipment became more expensive, and the volunteer model began to face new pressure.
Volunteerism had gone through a major decline from 20 years ago, and so having the staff available to respond to those requests for services was very difficult. During the day, during the week, when everyone's at work, you don't have the people to respond to that emergency.
The challenge was not a lack of commitment. The challenge was the system had outgrown the way it was built.
We were quickly seeing that those with the lower tax rates were either providing a superior level of fire service at a lower rate, or the departments didn't feel that it was adequate to tax their citizens at that level, and they were not able to provide the level of service that they wanted to.
When we had 24 districts, there were 24 different rates. And, in some districts, a penny, wouldn't get you a bag of potato chips. It just what the property values weren't there. So, you were never going to buy a fire engine in some districts.
For years, fire departments operated through individual fire districts, each with its own tax rate and its own funding limitations.
Your funding came from the valuation of your district, your individual district, and the tax rate you set.
We had departments in the county who had millions of dollars in the bank, and we had departments in the county that were struggling to buy fuel for the trucks.
For departments like Bentonville, the old model simply could not generate enough revenue.
We couldn't have survived on the old individual fire service district. There's no way for it to generate enough money. I don't care what you set the tax rate at.
The cost of providing fire protection continued to rise.
The cost of fire engines now, we couldn't pay for them with the old model. There's just no way to do it. We bought this truck new in 2018. With the normal year-to-year increases, we knew we would not be able to afford the next one.
These challenges were being felt across the county, but not the same way everywhere.
You had some that, budget-wise, they were plentiful, and you had some that were on the opposite end.
The rural tax rate was not able to sustain it. It was not cost-effective to have an equitable service because those departments could not afford it.
The answer would require a major shift, not just a new funding model, but a new way of thinking about fire protection countywide.
Developing a relationship with the fire chiefs, commissioners, county staff, all the way to the county manager was crucial to get everybody on board with this project. Getting 23 fire chiefs all on the same page was probably our biggest task, but we shared a common goal of bettering the fire service for our citizens.
There were concerns about control, identity, funding, and whether a countywide system could protect the community roots that made local fire departments strong.
There was a lot of apprehension. It went everything from, is this a county takeover, to, I don't want everyone in my business.
But the process remained fire service driven.
It's not something that the county commissioners, pushed down to them. They came together and spent a lot of time out of their busy days to try to craft a plan that would work for Johnston County.
The goal was simple but significant.
The North Star for me was the fact that I wanted wherever you were in Johnston County, when you called 911 and the fire department was dispatched, that you knew you were going to get a trained professional or professionals showing up with the right equipment.
As the work continued, the Fire Commission became a structure for studying issues, building recommendations, and helping guide the future of the system.
Now we have a group of fire chiefs and a recommendation body that reports straight to the Board of Commissioners.
One of the most important pieces of the new model was fairness. Instead of relying only on the value of each individual fire district, the new approach spread support across the county based on need.
With the new model, all 23 departments submit a budget. And at the end of that budget submission process, there's a total number that the county commissioners have to fund.
The funding stability has brought a great sense of relief to many of the fire chiefs.
For rural departments, that stability opened doors that had previously been out of reach.
The most impactful staffing resource that we've seen through the Fire Protection Service District is the daytime, part-time staffing increases.
For the public, that means a faster and more dependable response when help is needed.
The biggest benefit I see, at least on the eastern side of the county, has been the ability to hire daytime staff. You've got the response times are down now.
The impact of the district went beyond fire response. It also helped create more consistent medical response across Johnston County.
Prior to the tax district, we had a lot of fragmentation and we did not have the same response throughout the county.
As part of the transition, all 23 fire departments became part of the medical response system.
We were proud to say that all 23 agencies within Johnston County provide medical responder services or higher to the citizens in Johnston County.
For residents, that means the closest trained responder can begin care while EMS is on the way.
When someone calls and they're having their medical emergency, we want to get the fastest resource to them, the fastest medically trained resource. Having the fire departments provide first medical response, it's so critical to getting that ultra time critical skill and medication and treatment to the patients a little bit faster than just relying on the ambulances.
Data also became central to the process. The county began collecting and organizing information that could guide decisions across the system.
Through the implementation of the Fire Protection Service District, we worked primarily with our 23 fire departments throughout the county, collecting anything from staffing data, apparatus data. We've most recently collected pay data for each position within the organizations. We have a up-to-date inventory of all those trucks, which allows us to plan for apparatus replacement across the whole county.
That planning is already changing how equipment is purchased.
We are working with departments to purchase 6 tankers, and all of the tankers will be under the same spec.
The new system also strengthens mutual aid. Johnston County fire departments have always helped one another, but reliable staffing and standardization make that help more dependable.
What was happening was we were pulling those resources into Smithfield, and our mutual aid partners, they only had so many resources available at one time that they could come in and help us, but then their district was left uncovered. Now, with the Fire Protection Service District, they have people that are at that fire station, so they can respond and still have volunteers and other resources available to kind of cover their district.
Mutual aid is better all across the county.
For citizens, the Fire Protection Service District is not about changing the identity of local fire departments. It is about helping those departments continue serving their communities.
You're still going to be served by the same fire department. We're just now collecting taxes in a different method.
The chief is still the chief. We're just providing a better funding source, and we're removing the need to have to do fundraisers.
The same local names are still on the trucks. The same departments still serve their communities, but now they are supported by a system designed to meet modern demands.
Empowering the fire chiefs to make the decisions on behalf of their communities has given us opportunity to have better outcomes within our fire departments.
The Fire Protection Service District also created a foundation for the future. It gives departments a way to think beyond the next fundraiser, the next repair, or next apparatus payment.
I like the fact that these departments can now focus on responding to the emergencies and not trying to figure out how they're going to swing the next payment on a truck.
It also allows the county to continue building on the collaboration that made the district possible.
Without that collaborative effort between the county and the fire departments, we would not be where we're at today.
Pretty proud of the way we've come together as a group to make this work.
The process was not perfect, and it is not finished, but it has already reshaped the way Johnston County plans for fire protection.
We're looking at the fire service as a whole, just not individually anymore, not 23 departments. We're looking at it as Johnston County.
I think this will really carry Johnston County into the future very well. If we manage it correctly and we keep those relationships up.
Today, Johnston County's fire service is stronger, more connected, and better positioned for the future. It is still built on the same foundation of service and community. But now, that foundation is supported by a system designed to grow with the county.
You've got a better fire service than you had 5 years ago.
When I pick up the phone and call 911, there's an expected level of service that I should receive.
Today, every community is better served.
From the earliest volunteer departments to today's county-wide service district, the mission has remained the same. Protect people, support firefighters, strengthen communities, and prepare Johnston County for whatever comes next.